Barrel racer Stephanie Fryar from Waco, Texas. Stephanie, welcome. Thank you for your time. You have been very busy the last couple of days. This chance to win $1 million seems to have gotten a lot of people's attention.
Yes, sir. Evidently, when you win something significant, people want to talk to you.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I told you when we started, Bobby Moat once told me if you're calling, it means I just did something good. So, and you just did something good. You won $20,000 at the Stampede at the E, your second WCRA major win. You now focus on Corpus Christi in May, and if you can win that one, you'll win $1 million. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about Guthrie, Oklahoma, and the Lazy E. It appears to me that they didn't have that pattern set up very big in the arena. You were like a 15-3. That arena is ginormous. You can easily put a standard course in there. Tell me about your run.
They did. They kind of set a smaller pattern out in the middle, so the barrels were really off the fence, which Frank, thankfully, it doesn't matter tight, far off. He doesn't really care. Started out, I ran in the qualifying round, and I actually drug a barrel to win, I think, third. And so the next round, I was like, oh, around the barrels, play it a little safer. And I mean, I was glad it happened the qualifying round because I was seated from the standings to go ahead and get moved forward.
Yeah.
And I knew to ride a little more accordingly.
As a guy who lives in a household full of barrel racers and barrel racing horses, I've often thought this sport would be a whole lot easier if you guys could get rid of the obstacles in the arena.
I work the invisible barrels all the time. If they would just let me run them, we'd be real good.
Stephanie, tell me about Frank. Tell me about your horse.
Frank is the coolest horse on earth. I got him his 4-year-old year. And the running joke when he was younger was that there was Rady Frank and Fast Frank. Well, thankfully, as we've gotten older, now we've just come a little more accustomed to being called Fast Frank. And he's really he always knows when to show up and when it really matters.
Yeah. You've been at this for a while. You qualified for the NFR in 2008. And so now here it is, 2023. You go to the Lazy E Arena, you win $20,000 at one rodeo. You now have a chance to win $1 million. Have you taken any time to think back on how much more money is available in all areas of this industry than maybe when you first started and even when you qualified for the NFR 15 years ago?
I actually just talked to Luke Branquino about that on our chit chat, and he was like, I wished I wouldn't. He goes, I've got a great job now, but I wished I could have competed for the money that they give away nowadays.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah. You've won like $100,000 just in the WCRA. Talk about the success you've had at those events.
Their events are really good for Frank and I. They're set up on an average as far as getting to the short round. So that's something that Frank benefits from. And the more runs I make on him in a pen, the more comfortable he gets. And so the WCRA has been a good event for me to take him to.
Is Frank anything like the horse that took you to the NFR in 2008? Are they similar in style or approach or any of those kinds of things? Is that something that you look for in a horse?
They're actually very similar. He's a little more of a square version of her, but they run the same straight lines, 4 points of the turn. And so I think that's why I've had the success on him that I have.
How have you done in Corpus Christi, Texas in the past?
I won 4th there last year. Frank ran a little timid. And so I'm hoping going in this year with more confidence in him. He's another year seasoned. I have high hopes.
The reason I ask about Corpus Christi, obviously, is it would be real hard for me, Stephanie, to not let my mind wander to, okay, if I win that $1 million, what am I going to do with it?
I'm actually already locked, loaded, and set. They give me $1 million. It's literally I'm finding a financial advisor, investing it, and then if I want to spend some of the money, it can be off the interest of it.
Atta girl. Richie Champion did that when he won the American the first year. I think his dad took a hold of him immediately, and he said it's the best thing he's ever done. So there you go. You got the right plan.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what you do between now and then. I know you've already run at Odessa this week. You're doing all these interviews that you've been doing in the middle of trying to take care of barrel racing horses. What's your program for 2024? You started fast last year. You were in the WPRA standings for quite a while. What's your program for the coming year?
So in the 18th through the 20th, we're qualified for the American semifinals in the Central region. So we'll go to Oklahoma City. I'm up at Fort Worth the following weekend. And so between here and Corpus will be all the pro rodeos, the American semifinals. And then once Corpus gets here, of course, that's priority. And then the end of May, we'll take off and head towards Canada and hit it hard for making the NFR.
Awesome. Stephanie Fryar, congratulations on the Lazy E. Good luck in Corpus Christi, and good luck. There's a lot of money to be won between now and that potential $1 million in May. Good luck at all the other events you're going to.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your time, Stephanie.
Yes, sir.